Political differences have always been a part of family life, but in today's climate, these differences feel more divisive than ever. In this video, we're going to talk about what goes on with these rifts and how we can rebuild these relationships. So, what's going on and why is this happening? Every family deals with differences in opinion, but somehow political beliefs are unique because they often touch on core values. So today's polarized environment makes these disagreements feel deeply personal. Social media, selective news sources, and rapid cultural shifts have kind of created this echo chamber where we're only hearing our own viewpoints echoed back to us, our own beliefs just coming right back to us. And so these family debates can quickly escalate into these conflicts with fundamental issues being at the center of them.